What's up, world? Back with another gardening video. So it's August 19th. All my summer stuff is pretty much dwindling down for my garden. I still have a few things like my collard greens is still going, and still got my sweet potatoes and my jalapenos. I didn't put a lot of videos out for my summer, but I will share some pictures here on the screen. I'm gonna drop a few pictures of what I had going. I grew a lot of stuff. A lot of things did go good. I learned a lot. I picked up some elderberry, so I started growing some elderberry. But the video is for fall gardening. So first thing we're gonna plant is some Detroit dark red beets. I don't really eat beets, but my mom likes them, and so if I find some people who want them, I'll give them to them. Winter squash. You know, you can use spaghetti squash. It's pretty much spaghetti squash, what everybody calls it. Short and sweet carrots. Gonna grow some spinach. Lettuce for salad. We're gonna grow another thing of cucumbers that are short and they grow fairly quickly, so we're gonna try to get those in before it gets cold. But here in South Carolina, it doesn't get cold until probably November or something like that. And we're gonna grow sweet peas, but we're gonna wait to put these in until a little bit later because it's still fairly hot here still, you know, with humidity. It's going 90s and stuff like that. And peas, prefer it to be, you know, in the 70, 60 range. So we're gonna wait on those. We got some more green beans. These did really good through the summer, and I have a lot of seeds in here. We got black-eyed peas in here, and then we got lima beans. So we're gonna grow a lot of beans. All these beans are bush-style beans because I hate putting up posts to try to grow pole beans. I don't want to have to deal with that. I'd rather it just be on the bush. Walk by, pick it, do what you do. And we're gonna grow cabbage also, and we're gonna grow Swiss chard, broccoli, and something else I can't remember. But I'm waiting until my guy at the Feed and Seed store has those. I didn't start any those from seed. I'm kind of late on starting seed, but like I said, it doesn't get, you know, cold here until late, so I think I can get away with starting these in mid-August and they'll still be fine. And the other stuff I'm going to get from the Feed and Seed store as little transplants. So give me a second, we'll get started. Alright, so we're going to start off with the beans. Last year I planted beans over here, and you can plant them in the same spot, but I'm not. I still have collard greens over there, which the bugs are taking a toll on. I've been trying to keep them away, but it's been fairly hard. At first it was fairly easy, but now it's, you know, fall on everything. So first green bean I'm going to plant is a Great Lake green bean. This green bean produces very heavily. I planted some during the summer, and I know it produces good, and I have a lot of green beans. I'll just stick one or two. I would stick two in each hole. And we're gonna go down the line a little bit, give them about maybe 1.5 feet in between one another, and just stick it down to like your first joint of your finger, and then drop them in the dirt. I think I'm only gonna do 3 of these just because I already have enough and I already lost my mark. I should do a better job marking. This is always my problem. But I'm only gonna do 3 of these. If I can get 3 more bushes, I'll be happy. And then we're gonna do these forward hook lima beans. I did lima beans last year. That did pretty good. I'm not sure if they were forward hook or what they were, but they were pretty good and they tasted really good. So we're gonna do some more. I know they say this is like the American standard for, you know, your lima beans, and it's been around since I think the 50s or something like that. So it's pretty disease tolerant and everything like that. So we're gonna probably go with 3 or 4 of these. They should germinate in the next couple days, I believe. I think they germinate in about a week or 2. So they germinate pretty quickly. You can pack these. They say you can pack them really closely, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to do that. I don't really need a whole bunch, so I'm not going to do that. Last bean we're going to go with, I do not know the strain of black eyed peas, but we're going to go with some black eyed peas. Since these beans are really tiny, really tiny, we're going to put 3 in each little hole. The next vegetable we're gonna do is this garden sweet cucumber. It says it matures in 55 days, so that gives us enough time to get these going. And we're gonna only plant 2 plants of it, so we'll save the rest of the seed. I have a lot of cucumbers from the ones I grew during the summer, but what is it called? Powder mildew got a hold of that and kind of, I had fungicide and stuff like that, but it really did a number on that. So, I mean, it made it, but it could have made it a little bit longer. The root vegetables over here to try to avoid those little critters that are in the ground. I've never grown beets. Don't really eat them, but I'm growing them, for my mom wants some, and I know some other people that say they'll eat them. So say they mature in about 50 to 60 days. So, like I said, this gives us plenty of time here in South Carolina to, get these to maturity to harvest. These are some weird looking seeds if you've never seen beet seeds, because I haven't. So that's what a beet seed looks like. And because they're so tiny, I'm putting about 4 to each hole. See how that goes. That should be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 or 9. Don't want really more than that because I don't really eat them. Now we're going to go with these carrots. These take 68 days to harvest. So these are container friendly also. So we're going to run these in the ground also. We're going to try to make some sort of a line so I know what's going on here. And actually, I'm just going to run them down this line right here and come in and thin them afterwards. So this is the potato rack. I still have one thing of sweet potatoes. That's the one I didn't pull up yet from my other video. I pulled them too soon anyway. You gotta wait till the stuff started dying back. I was in this bed. You got the cucumbers. We got the beans over there. We're gonna put squash in here. We're gonna put some more leafy greens. Might get some Swiss chard in here. Carrots and beets right here. And my collard greens are still over here looking like trees, but the bugs have been hell to try to deal with because of all the rain that we keep getting. So everything I try to put on my collard greens gets washed off. I'm going to try to maybe get some kind of cloth or something that I might put over it to try to keep the bugs off of it. But I have gotten collard greens since freaking April off of these things. If you can see, they're more like trees now because how long they are. You know, they started down here, and I've been steadily like picking off of all of these. So all of these plants have been, you know, picked off of, and you can see the holes that are in them from those damn bugs. But here's all my strawberries that have we started off with them just in this pot and that long pot over there, but once they start producing, they put out those runners, so I just take the runners and branch them over to another pot, and now we got a new pot of strawberries coming in. So if you got strawberry plants or you thinking about getting them, just remember they're gonna multiply. We got a aloe vera plant we got for her, and like I said, our table's a little mess, but this is a strawberry plant that I did a transplant video on, and I just literally put this one off of that plant into this pot, and if you just sit them in some soil, they'll root themselves. So that's the same thing that's going on here. We're just trying to let it root itself. And over here we got two more that we're trying to let root themselves, and oh, I just pulled that one loose. But just, you know, sit something next to them and you can get them to root by themselves. And we'll come back around here, and over here, this is elderberry. I got them from a lady. She just handed me the little twigs that had leaves and the root pieces and stuff like that. She handed me these, and at first I thought they weren't going to make it because, you know, that sun killed them all. They pretty much died back, and they were looking just like little twigs. But hey, they started growing, so I got elderberry growing now from, you know, from little twigs that you got. So, you know, somebody with some elderberry, you can cut some pieces off and stick them in your garden. I would suggest getting some root stimulant or something like that. If you got a root stimulant to put in there and try to help the roots, you know, grow faster. But if you don't, just stick them in some water. Some soil and water, and keep watering them. If they look like they're done, they'll come back. Hopefully, mine did. So I'm guessing that's the bunch to it all. So that's what I got going right now. I'm going to post the pictures from the summer from my peach tree, and, you know, my cabbage that I had an 8-pound cabbage, a 4-pound cabbage. So you can grow cabbage during the summer in South Carolina if you have it rooted before, you know, it gets really hot, and keep it watered. But that's all I got for right now.